Hi everyone, I'm Miss Freeman and today we're going to learn all about pitch. Now when we talk about the pitch of our music, we're talking about how high or how low the different notes sound. Now some of our instruments, for example the piano, can play really high notes like this. And it can also play really low notes that sound like this. Now the piano can play the whole range of notes, from these really low notes all the way up to the high notes and everything in between. But some of our instruments, they have a much smaller range of notes, so they can only play maybe some high notes or some lower notes. But most instruments can play more than one note, so they've still got, even if the notes are next to each other, at least 2 or 3 different pitches. Just like that. Our chime bars, they've got 8 different notes, and it goes from C right up to the next C. But our chime bars are quite a high-pitched instrument, so they can play these notes. And those are our different pitch notes, but that's all quite high. And again, if we have a look at the recorder, this is the Descant recorder and it's quite small, so it can play again quite high notes. So this is the lowest note it can play. And then it can go up to this B. So they're all quite high notes still. If we take the ukulele, for example, the lowest note that it can play is this C here. But it's still not low, it's kind of in the middle. And the ukulele, it's got some different strings, they're all slightly different thickness. And that thickness of the string is making it play a different pitch note. So those are different notes that our ukulele can play. And then if I put my finger on this string here, it will change the pitch of the note. So the highest note I can get out of my ukulele is right down here. Oh, that's quite a high pitch. Let's have a look at the violin. The violin's quite a small instrument. It's probably about this big, and you hold it up here, and it's a similar size to our ukulele. And it can't play very low notes, but it does still have a big range of notes that it can play. So those 2 notes are the violin. Now the cello looks a lot like the violin, but it's a lot bigger. So the cello is probably about this tall from the floor. And it can play some quite low notes because the strings are a lot longer. So here's the lowest note that the cello can play. But it's still got a big range of notes, so it can still change the pitch of the note it's playing. That last one's still kind of high, just not really high, it's somewhere in the middle. So that's our different pitch notes. Lots of instruments can play lots of different pitch notes. Remember that piano has got the whole range of notes that it can play. Next, we're going to play a game. It's called higher or lower. So you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil for this game. So if you go and get that now, pause the video first, go and get your pencil and paper, and then write down the numbers 1 to 10. Now that you're ready to play, let's explain to you how our game works. So we're going to start with a middle C, which is this note. And all you need to do is write down H for higher or L for lower. So is the next note higher or lower? And that's the same for every question. Is the next note higher or lower? So you write down the letter H or the letter L. Okay, let's have a go. So remember, is the next note higher or lower than the last note that you heard? Here's our start note. Number 1, higher or lower? Remember, writing down H or L. Let's do that again. Here's the start note. And then, is this note higher or lower? Okay, number 2. Is this note higher or lower than this one? So number 2, here's the start note for number 2. And then, is this note higher or lower? Bit tricky, that one. It's quite close. So number 3, is this note higher or lower? Remember, you're writing down H or L. Number 3 again. Here goes number 4. So number 4, here's the start note for number 4. And then, is this note higher or lower? Number 5, is this note higher or lower? Number 6. And number 7. Number 8, is this note higher or lower? Number 9. And number 10. If you want to listen to that through again, just skip back a little bit in the video and you'll be able to have a go at answering those a second time. Once you've done that and you've written all your answers down, keep playing the video forwards and you'll see all of the answers. Hope you enjoyed playing higher or lower today. See you next time.